So welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa, guys. So in the last episode, we finally got out of the freaking trash chute. We found out some stuff about Kitty Kitty. She is the super duper high school sleuth, which is good to know. So, what do we do from here? I managed to dodge one bullet, and that's great and all, but if the Puppet Master finds me, it's not just me who's in danger, but you too, since you saved me. Are you worried? Well, yeah. Then how about we ask him directly? Him? Monokuma, ask him whether your escaping is a problem or not. But it's just a matter of time before you're found, and it's not like there's anywhere to run to anyway. When she spoke, Kitty Kitty pointed at the security camera. So you're saying, if my only option is to wait to be caught, then I'd be better off just surrendering? Don't worry, things won't end up the way you're afraid they will. After all, it's the Puppet Master who's been driven into a corner, not us. The Puppet Master's been driven into a corner. You said that before, but what do you mean? By holding Mukuro Ukasaba's class trial, the Puppet Master revealed his hand. And that's something we can take advantage of. Something we can take advantage of? You'll see when we talk to Monokuma. Also, it's to our benefit to act first, before you're discovered. We want any advantage we can get from this negotiation. I'm a little bit... no, more than a little bit nervous, but we got no choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gymnasium. Let's go, shall we? Anyway, as I was saying, we finally got to the trash room where we were supposed to die, but we survived it some friggin' way. So now we're basically, as she just said, we're gonna go talk to Monokuma and try to get our hand played and get an advantage on the little furry fucker, even though he's mechanical. Here's hoping that we can finally get the upper hand on this little bastard and get somewhere. So gymnasium is where the little mechanical bastard bear should be. Because technically I'm supposed to be dead and not being able to be found. Well. I get Kitty Kitty. But why is the should have been executed has been the guy here with you? Can't see I didn't see that reaction coming. Am I really going to be okay? Oh, I don't know. Did you perhaps save him? And after all the trouble I went through preparing his punishment? And what if I did? If the villain is correctly identified during the class trial, he alone will be punished. I'm sorry to say it, but those are the rules. So I'll just have to punish you again! And this time I'll make sure it works. Kitty Kitty, if that's what you want to do, go right ahead. What? But before you do, just let me say one thing. If you execute a guy, then you lose. Are you okay with that? Me? Lose? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? That class trial was just a big setup, wasn't it? So you could smoke out and kill me? In other words, had the things gone according to plan, it would have been me executed there. Hold on. What are you saying? But your expectations were blown way off track, because Nagai let my lie slip through unnoticed. You didn't see that coming. It didn't even cross your mind that, in that situation, someone would stand up for someone else. And your response to that unexpected turn of events was to call Nagai the villain and execute him. You were desperate. No, it was more than desperation. You felt threatened by Nagai, because he doesn't do what you expect him to. I think we just caught you, Bear. But that wasn't the only surprise waiting for you that class trial. Someone interfered with Nagai's execution. Alter ego. You miscalculated. You didn't consider that someone who was already dead would save someone else. And that is the truth. It wasn't Nagai who murdered Mukuro Ukasaba, it was you. And yet, for you to execute Nagai in spite of that, isn't that a violation of the rules you so adore? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the villain is only supposed to be executed if he's identified correctly. And that means I lose? Let me get this straight. You're saying the real villain is me, not Nagai. Then where's your evidence? I don't have any. She doesn't sugarcoat it. Is this your idea of a joke? How can you talk like a big shot and not even have any evidence to back it up? I don't have any now, but with a little more time, I'll be able to find everything I need. As much as you might try to hide it, there is only one truth. What's your deal? Now you're pilfering catchphrases are from super detectives. If Nagai really did kill her, then he wouldn't have come to you like this. He'd have gone into hiding, trembling under the weight of his sins, cowering in fear of his punishment, rotting away in your precious despair. But we're here, standing up to you. We haven't lost hope. You trying to say that counts in place of evidence? You think that's enough to satisfy me? You're right, that wouldn't satisfy you. But, sorry, I just keep thinking I hear something, so that's what I keep looking back. It's the same for the people watching this. Executing the guy now will not satisfy them. What? If you execute Nagai right now, this is what the people watching will think. They'll think that you forcibly executed Nagai because everything we said was right. They'll think that hope cannot be killed with despair. Oh. If your stance is that what we're saying is baseless, okay, whatever, then you just have to prove it, right? Now, no, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you execute Nagai with his guilt, his guilt is still in question, then you're admitting defeat. You're getting frustrated, aren't you? If you want us to experience despair fairly and impartially, then you will accept my proposition. You must accept it. We figured this bitch out. So what is it, this proposition of yours? That we retry Mikado Ikusaba's murder case, and that this time you hold a fair class trial, abiding by the school rules. Let this be our final battle. The final battle between hope and despair. But pretty fitting for a climax, don't you think? A fair class trial? The final battle? In other words, a trial to reveal the Puppet Master's identity? But the Puppet Master has no reason to accept a challenge like that. Surely he'll just get rid of me. No questions asked. He's gonna accept it. Intriguing. Very intriguing. He's gonna do it, Barry. I'm trying out a new personality. I couldn't bear the old one any longer. Anyways, that's not a very bad idea. It is a pretty fitting climax. I'll give you that. So you accept? If I do, will satisfy you lot in the viewers? And when you're satisfied, will you despair for me? If you will, then honey, show me where to... sign? Will you lot and your hope win out? Or will me and my despair take the crown? A veritable final battle! A real Kodiak moment. He accepted? Then that means there's still a chance. However, since this is the climax, it would be pretty boring if you all had to do was find the culprit. So, to make it be fitting of a final conflict, you lot need to bear all of the mysteries. Oh, they bared all the mysteries. All of the mysteries? Every single mystery buried in the academy. If you manage to solve all of them, then I'll call you lot's victory. That's what I was planning on doing from the very beginning. Then that takes care of that. If you look in the cover Mikado Ikusaba's murder, how the crime was committed, and on top of that, solve all the Academy's mysteries, then I'll admit defeat. But when the polar opposite happens, I'll be executed, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the grisly truth, just what kind of despair will you lot show me? We're the ones who should be excited. When we reveal everything, just how much despair will Super Duper High School Despair be in? I feel like I just witnessed the start of something outrageous. But first, I would like to clarify something. You said before the class trials were held when murders are committed among the students, right? What of it? I'd like to confirm that there are no inaccuracies in that statement. There's no need to try to pry it out of me. I'm an approachable kind of bear. Everything that's happened has all been in accordance to the school rules. And it goes without saying, Mikado Ikusaba's class trial is no exception. Mikado Ikusaba's class trial is no exception? It was held in accordance with the school rules. Then that means the person who killed her... Actually, while we're at it, I'll give you one more hint. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but there are a total of 16 participants, all of whom are students in this academic coliseum. Also, since the Coliseum commenced operation, the only living humans to set foot in the academy are those very same 16 students. What? Is that the truth? Why the silent treatment all of a sudden? You said you'd give us a hint. This conversation's over. I ain't got nothing to talk to you guys about. Now scram! Now he's angry? Maybe he has borderline personality disorder. Shut up and get lost. Alright, we're going. We're going. Are you sure I can go? Whatevs, doesn't matter. You're all gonna get punished later either way. So I'm gonna prepare something very despairingly special for you guys. Boo. It's going nuts again. Let's go, Nagai. Okay. This motherfucker's a little bit insane. With our backs turned to Monokuma's creepy, unstable laughter, Kitty and I left the gym. As we should, and we should run very far away and never talk to this fucker again. Just saying. I don't really know what just happened, but I didn't get executed. I'm not dead somehow. I really didn't expect that to work. And now, I've got another reason to be thankful to Kitty. Someone still had to have murdered Mukoto. Thanks, Kitty. It's all because of you. It's still too early to start celebrating. The real battle is still to come. Yeah, I know. But even so, I'm just as relieved as you are. Thank goodness he accepted my proposition. What did you think he did, anyway? What does the Puppet Master gain from accepting your challenge? He had no choice. What? That's what I was talking about when I said we had an advantage. So in the end, what was that advantage? I didn't hear it firsthand, but the Puppet Master said that everything that happens here is being broadcast live, nationwide, over hijacked broadcast signals. Right? Yeah, he did. What do you think when you heard that? It was pretty hard to believe, wasn't it? Well, yeah. Him hijacking the broadcast system, the signals, seems almost unreal. It seems unreal because it's something that doesn't happen very often. Because it's just that difficult. But the Puppet Master pulled it off. Turning that around, it means he had some reason he needed to do it, despite how difficult it was. A reason? No matter what the cost, he wanted to put us killing each other on display for the world to see. He wanted to put us on display, killing each other? The Puppet Master didn't just want us dead, he was determined to make us kill each other. He most likely established the school rules expressly for that purpose. Yeah, you're right. If those rules didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone. Okay, so you guys will notice that I am now different hair, different clothes. That's because I had to do a jump cut, and by jump cut I mean I had to stop the video where I was sitting, and I actually had to stop playing the game, stop the recording, and we're here 2 days later where I'm now continuing with filming. The reason this happened, stuff went on, I had to go to a party for a friend, this and that, and now I just finally got the time to come back to the game. So yeah, big jump cut, but to you, it's instantaneous. Let's just continue into there. Now, okay, we read that last time. Basically, the Puppet Master's objective was to make us kill each other and show that to the world. But to what end? More than likely as proof. Do you know how Kibagamon Academy students are referred to by the general population? Hope, right? By plunging us hope into despair and driving us to kill each other, and then putting that on display for the world, he wanted to prove that despair prevails over hope. That's actually kind of really well thought out. That is the Puppet Master's goal, Super Duper High School Despair's goal. Huh? To prove that despair prevails over hope. Sorry, I'm just trying to wake up a little bit. All for something so stupid? It is stupid, and it's illogical. But it's certainly something the group of people called Super Duper High School Despair would come up with. People who act purely for the sake of despair. But making people suffer for something like that. I understand wanting to get angry, but it's because of that reason that our advantage was born. What? Because the Puppet Master wanted to show us killing each other to the world, he's even more stringent than necessary about upholding the rules he established. Had he forced action, ignoring the rules, this would no longer be a coliseum, but a slaughterhouse. At the very least, that's how it would appear to the people watching. So that's why he couldn't kill us himself? That's the reason he couldn't kill me with his own hands. As much as I was a thorn in his side, I wasn't actually breaking the rules. True. So he couldn't step in and intervene directly like he did with Inoshima. Yeah, he really slaughtered her, I remember that. He attempted to kill me using the class trial, so it would appear as though he was upholding the rules. There was no correct answer, just a setup to make me into the culprit. But he failed. And all thanks to you. And from that failure, we gained an even bigger advantage. He tried to execute you, even though you were innocent. And since his failure was revealed on live television, he had no choice but to accept your proposal. To prove to the world that despair prevails over hope, he needed to completely and utterly defeat us. So the revelation of the Puppet Master, having violated his own rules, was a mark against him. And you used that against him. To get him to accept your challenge? It was you who put that hole in his defenses. We're only walking this road now because you believed in me. I can't believe you figured that all out. I hadn't noticed anything. No, I just reasoned it out without any solid proof and took a chance on that reasoning. Thankfully, it appears I was right. So you're going off of just hope. You're like, oh, that's how it is. We're gonna go with this. And that's it. After she said that, she let out a deep breath, like a weight had been lifted from her shoulders. Quite frankly, I haven't been that nervous in a while. That's not how it looked to me. Before we left to find Monokuma, you looked like you were brimming with confidence. That's one of the fundamentals of negotiation. You need to be strong and sure of yourself. Besides, if I look anxious, it would have just made you even more so. She's probably right about that. As pitiful as it makes me. But we can't just sit here clamoring about how happy we are forever. All we've attained now is a chance to continue fighting. If we don't win here, then it'll all have been for nothing. Yeah, she's right. If we don't beat the Puppet Master here, we can't make it out of here alive. Winning is our only option. Before we begin our final investigation, we need to bring the others up to speed. But we know who our enemy is now, so all that's left is for everyone to work together and hunt down the Puppet Master. Everyone working together? Will it really be that easy? Huh? Anyway, we need to find everyone else. Let's go. I'm sure they're somewhere in the dorms. Woo! Let's go find the other friends. Even though I'm pretty sure one of them is still a bastard. They have to be. Right? One of them still has to be a fucking bastard. Somewhere in the dorms. Cafeteria. It's probably we're gonna find Asahina. Chickie that likes the food. Huh. Waiting for us in the cafeteria when Kitty and I arrived was... Oh. You again? Are you broken? Is he broken? Being unstable is one thing, but this is ridiculous. And he's gone. I wonder what that was about. I barely had time to let her decide before. What? The guy? Is that you? Oh, I didn't think they'd actually be that surprised to see me alive. Nice, good guys. It really is you. Can't believe my eyes, it's a guy. Oh, you're alive? I swear, you're as resilient as a damn cockroach. Just to be sure, you're not a ghost, are ya? There everyone was, my friends, my companions, the people I had fought alongside. The moment I saw everyone's faces, my eyes got a little misty. Wait, what's that stench? Damn, dude, that's rank. It's the guy. The guy smells like a wet dog. Go stand over there. Shoo shoo. I hate her so much. And with that, the tears receded. Guess I was right about coming here. It's a wonder you made it out of there alive. Yeah, I can hardly believe it either. You do understand why you managed to avoid getting flattened, don't you? Because of alter ego, right? He saved my life. There aren't many people who can say they've had their lives saved by a computer program. That's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. That's all you gotta say to me, you asshole! Fuck him. Yo, Negs. How was that spirit world? I never went. You meet my teacher? Your teacher? Sir Tamba. I didn't meet him. I didn't even go to the spirit world. Who is that anyway? I don't know who Tamba is, but it's absolutely... Why did I try to go to the kitchen? I don't want to go to the frickin' kitchen. Hey, Asahina, where were you guys before you got here? We thought since Mukuro Ukasaba's class trial was over, we might be... Oh, there might be someplace new to go. And Nope, no good. Every place that is locked is still locked. If there's nowhere new to go, then where are we supposed to gather new information? I'm guessing you have all the information you need now. Hello, Fukawa. You smell. You smell! Are you rotting? You're rotten in more ways than one, including as a human being. Sorry, I was in a garbage dump this whole time. That stench, it's unbelievable. It's so strong. It's almost tangible. Oh, you smell. You smell. You smell even worse than I do. Even worse than me. I win. What is she so happy about? I don't know. She's fucked up. Nagai, we don't have any time to turn this into a heartfelt reunion right now. We need to tell everyone what happened with Monokuma. Monokuma? What about him? By the way, you gonna be alright, Niggs? You're a fugitive now. It'd be bad if the Puppet Master found you. That, too, has to do with what we need to tell everyone. Sorry, I read that kind of poorly. What we need to tell you has to do with the final class trial. The final class trial? We're retrying Makoto Ukusaba's murder case. Huh? We're retrying it? Retry it once or 1,000 times, dude. Neg still didn't he? That's what we're saying. It wasn't me. The guy didn't murder her. Of course, neither did I, nor did any of you. Then who did? It's the Puppet Master's doing. Huh? You're saying the Puppet Master killed Makoto Ukusaba? Yeah. It was all an elaborate trap laid out by the Puppet Master. The guy discovered that trap, and he tried to prevent it from going off. And because of that, he was sentenced to execution. The guy discovered the trap, you say? I was nearly as conscious, I think, of it as you're making me out to be. That's cool. However, the act of executing the guy who is not the culprit is a blatant violation of the rules. The school rules say the villain will be executed. In other words, the Puppet Master broke his own rules. So we negotiated with him, asked him to grant us a retrial. And he did? Just because he broke a rule he wrote himself? He had no choice but to agree. You used the broadcast signal hijacking against him, didn't you? We're on the same wavelength, I see. You mentioned something at the end of the last class trial, when you said it's the Puppet Master who's been cornered. That is what you meant, isn't it? Hey, you're leaving me in the dust here. If you can't keep up, then ask Kitty or someone to explain things to you later. So then, what are we supposed to do now? We just need to show that it is the Puppet Master who killed Makoto Ukusaba, right? Surely that's not all, is it? No, it's not. Monokuma said that for us to win this trial, we need to solve all the Academy's mysteries, too. All of the Academy's mysteries? You mean the stuff we've been investigating all this time and still haven't learned hardly anything? You probably all suspect as much already, but if we lose, then all of us will be executed. We'll all be executed? Hold on. Don't you go around making challenges like that without our consent? I'm perfectly fine with the way things are, as long as my White Knight is here with me. Can we just kill her? And I'd like to get out of here as soon as possible. Anyway, our only chance of surviving is to uncover the truth. Which is to say, this is the deciding battle. What an interesting development. But we've got to do that on top of figuring out who the Puppet Master is and how he committed the murder. Our plate just keeps getting bigger and bigger, dude. But hey, unlike the other class trials we've had, we know exactly who our enemy is this time. So if we all work together, I'm positive we can figure this one out. I'm not sure about that. Huh? I personally cannot concur with the proposal that everyone work together. Why not? We're obviously better off working together if we want to solve the Academy's mysteries. I, of course, thought the same thing. Until Monokuma said... Till he said... Actually, alright, I'll give you one more hint. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but there are a total of 16 participants, all of whom are students, in this academic coliseum. And since the coliseum commenced operation, the only living humans to set foot in the academy are those very same 16 students. So one person's still the Puppet Master. I see. If that's what Monokuma says, then Kitty Giddy's exactly right. Why? Assuming, as Kitty Giddy said, it was the Puppet Master who killed Makoto Ukusaba. That means he's inside Kibugamine Academy. The murder is one thing, but tampering with the crime scene to that extent with Monokuma is nigh impossible. However, based on what Monokuma said, the only living humans to have set foot in this academy are the 16 students participating in this academic coliseum. Then, the Puppet Master's identity... There were 15 people in the entrance hall on the first day. And Mukuro Ukasaba, and you get and you get 16. So he's one of those 16. Furthermore, of those 16, only the 6 of us are still alive. I believe we can figure the rest out from there. You mean one of us is the Puppet Master? No way. Oh, hold on. We can't be certain of that just yet. Monokuma could have just said that to freak us out. That is possible, yes, but it's only one of many possibilities. The same as the possibility of the Puppet Master being in this room. So long as the possibility exists, it cannot be ruled out. I agree. When the title Super Duper High School Despair came to light, it became pretty clear that the Puppet Master was a student. We can't deny that he could be among us. But if one of us really was the Puppet Master, then they would have to control Monokuma too. And yet, in all of the times Monokuma's shown up, none of us have ever acted that suspicious, have they? They could just have snuck away and done it. One of us would have noticed someone sneaking away so many times, unless they were a ninja. Then Monokuma's completely automatic, dude. Everything he says and does is all pre-programmed. If that were the case, he wouldn't be able to hold such natural-sounding conversations. If someone were able to guide it through the conversation, it's certainly not impossible. Sure, I guess, but let's be honest. What are you trying to say? Nighttime shit? Right? I wonder what you're trying to tell me. May I have your attention, please? As I expect you guys are already aware, our academic coliseum is rapidly entering its final chapter, wherein all will be revealed. In the spirit of fairness, I've opened all the locks in the building. Investigate as much as you'd like. Some will solve mysteries to your heart's content. But boom, see you at the class trial. You done laughing at me, you motherfucking bear? How very generous of him, unlocking every door. The time for chit-chat is over. Now we investigate. But I was planning to work by myself, regardless. This late in the game, all I can rely on is myself, and the Togami blood coursing through my veins. You shouldn't concern yourself with others, either. Just do what you need to do. Goodbye. Having said that, Togami quickly left the cafeteria. Ooh, my white knight. He didn't take me with him. Of course he didn't, dude. Without my white knight around, you were all like a cappuccino, with neither coffee nor milk. In other words, worthless to me. So goodbye. And with that, Fukawa too slithered out of the cafeteria. Well, there she goes. You planning to fly solo too, kitty? Yes. Which means Negs and Hina are left. Alright, then going alone's the best option. Well, why? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You just watch, dude. Me and my crystal ball are gonna blow the lid off this whole thing. Hagakuri's bellowing laughter filled the room and slowly faded away as he left the cafeteria. Oh, everyone's really is going off by themselves. What are we going to do, Asahina? I guess I'll see what I can do on my own, too. Don't get me wrong, it's not because I don't trust everyone, you know? It's just, I've never really been any help before. I always relied on Sakura and everyone else. You've been no help? That's not true at all! You being here has been a huge help. Nagai? Oh, you're too kind. But it's true that I haven't been very useful. At the very least, I want to try my best and find something of value now. Well, I have the chance. So I'm gonna go it alone, too. Having said that, I'll catch you later. Asahina dashed out of the cafeteria, and the only ones left, it's just me and you again. Yes, indeed. But I'm gonna have to end the episode here for today, so please comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what you thought of the episode. Tell me what you think is actually going to happen, and I hope to see you on the next episode, guys. Take care until then. Bye-bye.